And good evening, and yeah, we should be live. Yeah, today we're doing something different because lately we've been just streaming in Finnish. But I don't know. I've been really inactive when publishing videos and when creating anything. So I thought I should do actually something because it's way too cold outside to shoot at the moment. It's very windy. It's only 6 degrees centigrade, which in Malta standards is really low. So yeah, I decided to start up a sort of a chat so we can discuss overall LATEX, we can discuss photography, even gaming or something what we're doing, and we can just be open and so on. Are you Mongolian? Yeah. As far as Finns are Mongolians, so probably yeah. But because I was so happy today to find out that the store next to me, the supermarket, which is like 15 minutes away, actually says Finlandia vodka. Look, it's right over here. Finlandia fucking vodka. I've been really missing this. Well, okay, all vodkas almost taste the same, but you have to just love Finnish vodkas, because if you're a Finn, you're a Finn, and that's how it goes. I originally decided to get this for just mixers and so on, but because it's Finlandia vodka, I really have to do this and start with this. Yeah. But that's actually really good. Oh, I mean, you can joke as much as you want, but it's really good compared to other cheap vodkas. Yeah, it will make your face like this 40% proof, but oh yeah, it's still good for a vodka. So yeah, actually, let me just drain that down with beer. Yeah, actually, today I thought we should start with going through our old projects, because when I publish them, I never really go back to my projects. It's a bit silly, but then again, I don't usually have that many reasons to go back to my projects, because I don't really know why. It's a bit silly, so to say, because yeah, they are what made the project and what started and all that, because it's really important for me. And looking into that, I haven't been so much looking into my past, and if I stop looking into my past, everything it won't be the same. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start from the very beginning, from the first Project L. Yeah, I mean, this is... Yeah, you can see how short the article was. It's like 7 or something paragraphs or so, and it's just so short. Back then, I think it was one of the first times I ever shot LATEX. It was really... how to say... I've never done that before. I put so many challenges to myself that I didn't know what to do, what I want to do. I didn't even know what I want to present when I actually first got into the project, because how to say, the idea of introducing latex clothing to regular world it wasn't a long-standing idea, so to say, because when I shot these photos, I don't know if I had that in mind, because I was all like, oh yeah, I can shoot latex now, that's really great. But yeah, Yeah, you look nothing like a YouTube profile picture. Yeah, yeah, I don't know, because that picture is like almost 10 years old. I should probably accept that I'm getting older and older. So it's hard to say. But never mind, getting back to the project actually. Let me just get the chat on. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also I gained a lot of pounds after that photo. It's actually something that most photographers do. Well, most of those who shoot indoors. Those who go hiking and get good photography, like outdoors photography, they don't really get that fat because they walk so much. Maybe one day I'll get thinner by doing something smarter, so to say. Oh yeah. Let us continue. So, the first project I'll actually... It was a sudden start. The other model actually was had just been staying with us, so, and we were talking around and going around throwing ideas of what to do, how to do things, and yeah, I jokingly suggested, yeah, we should do LATEX photography, and then it just began. You can see the natural progression, girls putting on their clothes, me trying to find good angles. At this time, actually, I had bought the Canon's 50mm f1.2L recently, and I was still smitten by it because the bokeh, you could just focus on something, and that would work so well. And it did, and it still does. It's a bit silly how it works so well, but it's a bit cheating, so to say, always, because when it's a pretty bokeh, you know the blur on the background, it's just, so to say, I really like that. Yeah, focusing on small details, all that. We had a small start. Here actually in this photo the girl is wearing my old waiter's outfit from a restaurant school I actually used to go, Helsinki Culinary School of Perho. So yeah, the living room back then, it was actually made by the program called how to translate, worst apartments in Finland. Yeah, our apartment wasn't really that bad back then, because it was more of just a white space with nothing in it. But we said, yeah, you can do whatever you want, and they made a huge Londonese bar. Oh, I'm getting a call. I'm gonna silence it. Yeah, a Londonese bar back then, and it was amazing. It wasn't really that practical, but it really was amazing. So to use that as a photography place was really great, and because I was a waiter, I had gathered all of the, alcohol and all waitering equipment, what to need, so you can always see that. Yeah, we started with, yeah, there is a waiter and all that. We really didn't know where to go, and it was pretty... The lighting over here was pretty awful, actually. Yeah, I can show you. Show you it right here. You can see it was just a strobe pointing upwards through a styrofoam half pipe and reflecting light. And there was this another strobo reflecting to a reflector pinned between a roof and a clothes hanger. It's like, yeah, but it did its work. It was quite decent, actually. Yeah, here you can see actually better the other lighting system. I'm pretty proud of how I did back then, because I had never really looked into photography or setting up lights. It's just... I did things with what I could with what I had. Back then, actually, this catsuit, the leftmost was coordinated. It's now quite broken and lacks an arm and is broken everywhere. I should really toss that away because I'm not using it at all. And the black-red one was really... it wasn't coordinated at all. So you can actually see how better the shine looks over there. It's like there's a matte shining, so to say, and just a bright looking. Oh, and by the way, that's the apron from my waiter's uniform, and those are pants from a pirate's outfit from Halloween. So that was a yeah. We managed with what we had, and it was great. Let me just. This is actually one of the photos I really liked it because it had bokeh, it had feeling, it had really motion, it had great shadows. For this I actually only had on the overhead lights, like you can see over there, and the lights from the shelves, and of course the roof light. But it really did create something. I instantly knew that I loved it, but I didn't know how I did it or how I could do it again. And I didn't do anything like that for a while. Yeah, this is also I think it's a funny photo, and I like the expression, although I really don't like the reflection on her eyes because that's my fault for bad lighting. Yeah. Oh, and thank you, Mr. Test, for your appraisal. So to continue, actually, we moved on. We did. I can just browse through quickly through this because after the first project, we actually got someone to help us. It was Tiina Rikala. One of his sites. No, it's not working now. But Tiina Rikala, who actually helped us, she borrowed quite a few outfits for the project. It actually took quite a while before I could do anything with the outfits. But it was a great start seeing that, yeah, you're trusted and someone really wants to see more and something like that. It's really good. Now this was like, I don't know how much real life is this SWAT guys and borrowing my friend's airsoft gear and so on, and ninjas. Yeah, that's not real life, but this is real life. This is the other girl's back, and it shows a tattoo through it. It's quite beautiful, actually. You can't see the tattoo through latex like that. It's not regular red. It's not translucent or something. It's just stretched on her back, so it shows. And small details are the best details and so on. And this is actually taken with a fisheye lens, Canon's 8 to 15mm L, I think. It's a bit silly and all, and yeah. I don't know, this is also a nice photo and I like it really much. Yeah, everything went through behind the scenes and all that, and yeah, these are just almost same photos, just outtakes and a reason to post two things and so on. It's a bit odd, so to say, but... And by the way, feel free to ask any questions if you have anything to ask, because that's the idea of a stream, so you can be interactive, you can ask anything, you can ask about the clothes, you can ask about the outfits, where to get them, what size they are, and so on. Yeah. This was actually my friend's house. This is the current roommate, whom I'm actually living with now. He's actually doing his own Mecha stream, so if you might watch him already if you're a Finnish guy, and if you're not, it's a Finnish stream. So yeah, we had some quiet time for a while. Oh no, we didn't. We just felt like an eternity, so to say. But I asked my friend Tuula and her friend Nina if they wanted to participate, and they said, yeah, of course. We went to my friend's apartment in Järvenpää, where he lived back then. It was actually... These are Tuula's photos. Tuula has this distinct style, very fresh, very well lit images, usually shot with a wider aperture, smaller aperture than I use. I usually use the widest aperture possible. She uses just... That's meow in Danish. Tuula uses just such a different style, yeah, there she is, than I do. It's just so distinct. You can see how wide the images are and so on. And then again there are these close-ups and so on. And then starts my photography. I just take the smallest damn details and zoom into them. It's such a bit silly, yeah, to say. But then again, it's my style. I like it. I really like doing that. This because you can see I have the wide aperture. Only the face is in focus, and everything else is sort of blurred beyond the line of the face. I really like that. I don't know if I have any excuses to do that, but it's really fun to do, and I like the results. I like how it just takes one bit of the image and forces you to look straight over there. Back then I used to have so much redundancy. Sorry, because look, these two images, they are like almost equal. They look so alike. It's a bit... yeah. I don't know what I was thinking back then. Maybe I wasn't thinking. Yeah. Then again, if I were to choose one right now, I would choose the upper one, because the hand over there looks so much more relaxed. It's so much more natural. The hand on this one looks actually like it's in the middle of something moving to somewhere, or nearby of crotch. That can also implicate something not so fun. But when you look at this hand, you can see it just resting there on a stomach naturally. Pretty good compared to this one. This actually, I chose this one. I don't really like the cropping, even though it's decent, and you can't really see her cutting anywhere too badly except for the knee area, because yeah. But because Tuula was actually using a camera over there which was a focus assist. You can see the focus assist lights over there, and it was completely red when I opened up Lightroom, but when I turn it to black and white, you could see all the details. It was really interesting. Such a like new text to the face. Looks like a war paint or something. Adding some contrast, a bit of clarity, I think. And the catsuit moved a completely different one. Then again, this one, you can obviously see how much I photoshopped it. I've added some brightness to her eyes. I've added something like smoothness and clarity and all that through Photoshop. The dog is complaining about something. Yeah, it's a bit silly, so to say. Yeah, I really like the image. I think the reason I did that because the original lighting was not what I actually wanted. It was more over like I tried to repair what I could, and I did what I could at that time, and I really couldn't do that much. It was pretty shitty, so to say. But moving this lighting is so much better. You can also see its strobe on my camera reflected from a wall. I've raised the shadows on this side, and I think that's decent. But yeah, it has style, but it looks so artificial because of the flash and strobe. But then comes this one. It's her face is a bit overexposed, and the image is even a bit shaken. It's not so sharp. I wonder if you can see it. Nope, that didn't work well. I wonder if you can see, but no. So, but she has this intensive look. The light is very simple. It doesn't show that it's taken with a flash. Actually, it's so much more sincere, so to say, even though it's overblown. The thing with this one, the light is so much more softer. I did something back then, but I can't remember what I actually did. And these are also basic pictures. Yeah, I think I just turned the camera into a corner of the kitchen where the light reflected well. Or I even might have opened the door, a white door, to reflect the light better to her direction. And of course, because it's wine also always... Yep, sorry. Wine always goes well. But that's not wine. You can see below is empty. I think that's actually cranberry juice or something. Yeah, you can see the color if you know something about wines usually. That's way too... Well, it could be a certain kind of wine, but not really that much. Yeah, the images are like, they look similar. This one I really liked because it had great symmetry. The lights behind her in the kitchen, they really created great reflections. The suit looks great, she looks great. It's I think it's a good photo, but I don't know. Well, yeah, it can be in a photo. It's just in Project L actually. It's just it's a bit generic, so to say. It could be in almost any other set sitting on a table. That's not really natural, but still, it's my style. I can recognize it, so I have to count it in. And by the way, if you just join us, where I'm just going through my projects and telling how they're doing and how I've done them and what's going on behind the scenes. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask on the chat. I'm not gonna slaughter you, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm just gonna answer to you truthfully. Yeah, we actually did something, and yeah, this was the first time I actually started paying attention to artificial lights. I had just got myself new Elinchrom D-Light 4s, and it was like something tested with LATEX. Yeah, as I said, a well-lighted photoshoot with different style of "Ooh, I've got new flashes." Yeah, it's different style for a region, but this is actually what I liked. This is the traditional Project L. This is just focusing on something, making it look natural. Just a cup of coffee, and that's not actually a coffee. That's Diet Coke or Pepsi Max. Yeah, this was also shot in the same place as the previous project I showed. This looks also a bit artificial, and I could have a bit shown out here. Photoshop the hair more red over here, but that's my bad. You can also see the camera lens cap over there. It's sort of a mistake, but then again, it's okay. I don't mind that much. The question, why don't you photoshoot men? Yeah, that's actually a question I get a lot, mainly because I haven't photoshoot men yet. The biggest problem with photoshooting men is actually that men who want to well, latex, are usually way too excited to wear it, and that meaning they have a strong fetish for it or something, or they are way too interested, and so on. It's a bit hard to say because I really don't know if yeah. But I want to shoot men. I want to find the. This is gonna sound so gay, but I want to find the real man to shoot with, because the right man, so to say, not a real man, because you can just put real to something like manhood or something. I want to find a right guy for me, so to say, in all as a straight matter as you can, but someone who's not too excited, someone who just wants to model and doesn't care that, oh, it's latex, yeah, it's a fabric, I don't care. Because if someone who has a fetish for it does it, it's... yeah... it's not gonna work. And I got another question, by the way, are you already drunk? No, I don't think so yet. I mean, I've had like one portion of vodka and one beer, so that's not much for a thing. Yeah, this is also the close-ups. I don't really particularly like this. Lighting is actually decent, but I don't like how I've framed the photo. Yeah, this is actually gas mask. I don't know, just fetish-esque. I don't know. It's a bit silly. But originally it was a thing that the model didn't want to show her face and so on. But she was a bit shy. She's a great person. I really liked her. I really still do. I haven't contacted her for in a long while, unfortunately. But yeah, she's a great person, a great model, great spirit. Never complained. It was wonderful to shoot with her. And this is actually a dress from Tiina Rikala, from who I mentioned before borrowed later clothing for us just on the basis of the first Project L. Really, really great of her. It's really generous of her. And it's wonderful. Even though the dress is like size XXS or something, she was the only one who could wear it because it was so tiny. I couldn't even fit my thigh through it, but that could be also because my thigh is quite wide. Yeah, it was a good combination overall because it's a see-through, so you couldn't really wear that without the catsuit. Yeah, just playing with the lights and all. Yeah, this is sort of a test on how can I use the lights and so on. Yeah, this is actually, I think this is Taavi, my current roommate's cat still. Yeah. A good question. Is there any chance you could upload galleries at larger resolution? Quite a lot of the pictures have details I can't enjoy so much at below 1000 pixels. Yeah, I've been actually thinking of that because the main reason I don't do that is because, well, people, I mean, I've submitted like hundreds of DMCA copyright claims because pornography blogs have stolen my images and put them out of context in their like sexy girls wearing latex blog. I mean, and that's just shit. That's just awful. Not just awful for me because I really want to protect my images, but awful for the models because who've agreed to model in the premise of, yeah, it's not porn. It's just... yeah. I've been thinking of adding more because now that everyone's turning it full HD isn't enough and people are going 4K and perhaps even 8K and so. Yeah. How about a larger watermark? Yeah, it's a bit... watermarking doesn't stop that. And I don't really like large watermarks that much. I mean, of course I have to do that sooner or later. And I will have to pump up the resolution. The next step for me will be probably like full HD, like 180 times the requirement, or a bit less actually, to have the shorter width of the image, like 180, so you can see it now full HD monitor clearly. But yeah, that will happen, but I haven't planned down when, because internet shits and people steal your stuff. It's really annoying, and I know I'm hurting the consumers, but I'm hurting my own self by not releasing those, so to say. But if I were to release them, I would. It's such a, yeah. But thank you for reminding me, because I still have to reimagine my projects and so on with that. Now this is one of the images I liked because of how she looked at the camera, how much emotion she has over there. It was a bit messy, because of the gas mask, but you can see the soft boxes reflecting there. They are outlining the face almost perfectly. Although the image could be really even better without the soft boxes, because the shadows go so well over there, showing the eyes. Yeah, it could be so much better. This also makes a decent photo, but bloody hell. It's a decent photo, but there's so much dust I didn't clean, even in the post. I didn't add contrast I could have, I didn't remove the shadows over there, so to say. So it's not a perfect image, but it can be made perfect in post if I want to, so to say. Yeah, this one I like really much, and it shows Tina Ricara's dress, and the lace laminated in. It was really great dress, looked really awesome, but back then I couldn't appreciate so much because it was so tiny, and even on her, she was a very small girl. It was still so just fit her. It was, yeah, that dress a bit larger would have been so much better. Yeah. Bloody hell, wrong button constantly. I could move to the next part actually, because the 7th project, right after the 6th one, of course, the previous one, was with Laura, because she was a girlfriend of mine, actually still is, and they're doing quite well actually. As long as I've stalked them on Instagram or Facebook, yeah. Laura was a great model. She really liked the thing. She enjoyed being in latex, and she was a great model. I don't know why I actually stopped. I think the catsuit was ripped, and we didn't have one that fit her body type. That was very unfortunate. Yeah. This is just regular cleaning the dishes. She was actually cleaning the dishes, not just playing, because there were some dirty dishes over there. They were living in an apartment in Photour in Helsinki, which is a very expensive living area, right in the middle of the place, in a student apartment on the penthouse. Actually, it's actually 2 floors and a patio over there. It was a really great place. It looked very nice, and I was really jealous of them. Yeah. Laura played some violin, and I've always loved the violin as an instrument. It gives so many shapes. You can see diagonal lines going over there. You can see how they're pointing at her face, and how her look is just creating not a circle, but more a triangle over there. Really nice. Especially when focusing on something small detail with the latex gloves on. It's like, yeah, I really like that also, because you can see I really like when the images focus on something and have a strong bokeh as the blur, you know. The area that is not in focus is called bokeh. It's a strong bokeh, and a good bokeh is excellent. You can actually, I really like how I framed her. Even though it could have been a bit more, could crop some more there. I don't know. I really like this picture, and I like how it shows texture of latex as well as it shows the texture of the violin and the wood. Really, I like it. Yeah. I like her look, how she looks also at the camera. But there's something that's not really... It's like 9 out of 10 in intensity levels, but something is missing. I don't know what. Light from her eyes or something that could be corrected with my style or something. It's a bit hard to say. Yeah. Now some vertical lines. Along with the good light. I really like how the light hit her face, but not on the background. And it worked very well, in my opinion. And this is one of the pictures I'd really like. But the latex is chlorinated over here and it lacks its shine. You can see this one is actually chlorinated too. It is my old suit because my new one has a rip in it. And it's like... It could be so much shinier, so to say. But then again, this is also a good picture. I like it. Also, you can see how the violin string is curving as on there. Yeah, she was a student at the same school as I was going, so it was natural taking photos of her doing homework. A bit simple and working. And yeah, this is Finnish coffee mugs. They're all everywhere in Finland, and it's really wonderful. Here we actually started. We put one of the Elinchromes, the huge flashes with softboxes, on the other side of the window. You can actually see the light reflecting over there. This is not a good image, but this one is so much better because it shows her face at the light. I could have edited that away, and I probably should have, but then again, it shows the light so well. Now you can see I've just overdone the shading and shadows and all the lights over here. It's a bit different, yeah. But then again, this is a nice photo. The expression is something. There could be something more. It's good, but it could be something more. And the light could reflect on her cheek, because now it looks a bit odd because of lighting. I like how the catsuit shows and doesn't show. I like how the short color goes with her neck. I also like the leather jacket creating contrast with the latex, surprisingly. Yep. Yeah, and some video games. I think she was playing Battlefield Bad Company or something. And she actually was playing it. Battlefield 3, it says there. I think so. Oh no, she was playing Dishonored actually. This is very important, but yeah, she was playing that. Not Battlefield. This one I like, even though she looks like she's strangling herself. Well, someone might like that and so on, but yeah, it's a bit silly. Not silly, it's a bit nice. Why don't they have a latex masks? Why should they have? So to ask. It's trying to bring it more to real life, so to say. This one I like. It's like a pin-up photo, but then again, not a pin-up. Then again, it's pin-up pose, and hair will be a bit messy, but not that bad. And the dress hides some of the fabric. It's really good. But the answer, yeah, that was a question. You have to answer. Yeah, but it was a question, but I don't know, because I don't know why they should have. It's not really something that's necessary over here. They don't need to have latex masks. I want to show them more naturally, not that naturally, and so on. I quickly browsed through one of these and then go to the part 12, which really changed everything. Yeah. This was actually with the original pair girls. We arranged a photo shoot. We were in a bit hurry, so it was a bit tedious also to say. I don't know if tedious is the right word, but it's a bit... it was back then I understood that being in a hurry is not a good thing. And we were in a hurry, so that was... You can see how the chlorinated suit doesn't shine at all. You can also see her belly ring over there. For this photoshoot I actually borrowed my friend's 85mm f1.2L, which is a really good lens and a sharp one with a extremely wide, a narrow field of view, the wide aperture. So we tried something and didn't do that much then again. This is 24, taken with 24mm lens. I don't remember, I think there isn't even an excess lighting going on because there's the lamp just out of the frame, lighting up her face very well. Yeah. My kind of first makeup photos, which I started doing so much because they were interesting, so to say. Yeah, this is, I like this image also because it was from my living room and it showed in the middle and everything else a bit out of focus in the shadows, and her being the focus of everything around. You can also see the fake banana for a Christmas present some days. Really odd. Really odd. I don't remember, which was like a stress toy or something to squeeze, and it was a fake banana and it smelled awful. Yeah. Now you can see there are actually... bloody hell. You can actually see how much there's I have I think one electrome pointing from this direction. It was... Yeah. It worked well in this environment. You could just take her and not show anything else. She's an naturally beautiful woman and blonde, and her face is so pale and it shows very well. Also putting on bikinis on top of LATEX, yeah, that's silly, but the choice of book was, I don't know whose book it was actually. Yeah, bit overexposed, and now we're moving into using the Canon's 85mm f1.2L. It's a great lens, but I really hated its focus by wire thing. Really not so fun. I didn't use a flash for this. I had the electrons going on, but I had the light that shows the I don't remember the name of the light. The other light that shows there constantly. I didn't flash the lights, but the flashes were on, so to say. Yeah, she was actually reading, so that we got some nice photos. And this was a nice tidbit of information. You can use a mobile phone through latex gloves. It worked very well. Yeah, back then I really used black and white imagery because the colors in my apartment weren't really that good. But as you can see, when going outside the newly refurbished terrace, the colors were so much better. There was almost some lighting hitting there, and yeah, it looked decent. It was a spur of idea and we did it. And some cider, of course, because we're Finns and we drink all the time. And some more cider. Yeah. We had some more, so we have the modern gauge. I have time. I don't know if you have time. I can show you quickly. It's, I don't remember what's the tool from the third project or was it fourth, with the girl in the sauna with her friend. We just use a toolless photos again on start. And then my photos just I can just recognize my photos for some reason. I still haven't found out why. Because they're usually black and white and because they usually have this strange lighting from using a extreme wide aperture. Yeah. Catch it with a dress on top of it. Works well. I haven't seen these photos in ages actually. It's really nice to see. And this army dress was actually, again, very small, but it was excellent with the stockings made by Tiina Rikala. They're really great, and the detail that went into them was excellent, really. So I still have to thank Tiina for lending them, giving them for project use. It was actually in the middle of Pasila, like, I think it was during spring, when there was still a bit green, but the weather was awful and there wasn't really anything going on. And back then there were actually this group of Estonian young workers coming to Finland to work for summer or spring. We were shouting at us. I don't know what they were shouting Estonian. Yeah, here you can see two of the pictures. Camera. They were shouting Estonian and really being over rude. We tried not to care about it, and I don't know how much they did. Yeah, this is really. I haven't seen this photo in ages. I forgot how much I. Let's see, can I see? FX. Yeah, this is taken with a 50mm f1.2L, which I really overused back then. And for a reason, I really like that thing. Yeah, of course, wings. Yeah, this one in the middle of Pasila. That's really great. Also, I really like her pose on this one. It's really, really, really good. It looks so natural, it looks so going, so flowing. The way she looks out of the frame, it just works. This could tell a bigger story if it would really tell one. No, it's not beer, it's just ginger ale Schweppes. Although I might just pour something for me. It's Friday after all. Haven't enjoyed a good weekend for a while. Since last weekend. Yeah. I also really like the diagonal lines with the horizontal and some vertical lines. This has all the lines it needs, so to say. Okay, let the ginger ale piece over there. This one I really, really like. Although I don't like the lamps because they distract the viewer or something. It's like, it's a bit too much, or... Yeah, I don't know. If I could only have one light there, I would be so happy. But I don't know. They still light up the hallway, which is really important. This is again, swaying far away from the LATEX in real life theme. But... yeah. This was actually Tuula's idea, and it was a great idea. She's always wanted to have a photo like this of her. And now she got one. This exact photo. We had a chair back there. You can almost see the legs a bit over there. Which has strobe on top of it, pointing straight at her back. So you can see the strobe going over here and over here. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. There's something blocking my sinuses. Oh, it's the new flu coming up. Yeah. She has a small hatchet, and Tuula has a cleaver's knife going on. This is not really real life, but the scenario, it works really, really well. I also like how the golden ratio goes straight to her face and with the pole. Nice to... I enjoy that. But then, going through, yeah, I don't think there's not that much special in these. Not that much. They were nice, but yeah. In June of 2013 it was... I'll take time, which I never released anywhere. On the first Project L. The fourth and yeah, all that. Something that missed, something that... I don't know, like... Yeah, I don't know how to say. Something I never published, but I do only here. Yeah. Just outtakes, like outtake clips from Simpsons, like nothing special. But talking about special, the project that really changed Project L was actually this one, Part 12, A Hike in Helsinki. Yeah. The new model quite a lot more experience than anyone else had before, and it showed in the image, it showed in the poses. We were like strolling around, going, wandering, and so on. Yeah, but she had really good poses. It was a bit the start was a bit not so difficult. It was a bit stressful, a bit odd to me. And yeah, I really liked how it worked out. I really liked it because it showed me that how to use the light and so on. You can see here. I think this is taken with the. Let me check. Yeah, 50mm of course. Canon's 50mm f1.2L. Yeah, we probably shouldn't have walked in someone else's field, but we really wanted photos and it was worth it because we didn't get caught. Yep, I really like these photos. How the contrast actually. This is one of my all-time favorite photos actually. You can actually see this on LATEX.com. Let me see if it's still over there. It should be, yeah. LATEX.com, yeah, you can see it features there still. Because after this one, this photo shoot, LATEX contacted me and said, yeah, nice photos, can we use this, and so on. I replied then, of course, thank you for asking your permission, that means to me more than anything. But I also asked whether they would have any spare clothes available, and they actually did, but more on that later. This is one of the greatest photos, I think. It's really good. I like it. You can see the golden ratios going over here using this one and this. It's just, it works so well. I don't mean to brag, but I really like this one. It shows the contrast over here. It shows the contrast of nature, of latex, of how artificial it is. But then again, the red hair and all that against the green trees, the yellow greenish field. It's something. Yeah, it's really good. But it wouldn't be that good if the model wouldn't be that good, because her pose, her careful walking, she knew how to control her arms, her legs, her body, her head, everything. The end result of this was as well as much of her as it was of me. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know. I could have made something like this with some other models, but not this one really. Let's comment. Well, this is maybe one of the most interesting and different, but also one of the best streams that I have seen in a long time. And I can agree with you, those objective and camera things. Great pics. Thank you, and it's nice to hear good feedback because I haven't been really active. Yeah, the main thing actually with this photo shoot was that the light was wonderful. The best light I've ever had, I think. There was very thin overcast, like sun just peeking through the clouds, diffusing the light, and it was so soft shadows and all of that. Just yeah, I can zoom one level more. The shadows were just great. It was excellent. I edited something over there, but not that much really, if you can believe me. This is a bit missed focus over here, but maybe you can forgive me because the latex didn't focus. Yeah, this doesn't really show the model as well as I'd like it to show, but the idea is there. And the black and white does not fit here at all. Yeah, the lighting over here is bad because the sun is coming from the opposite direction. It's not lighting here at all that much. But this is also one of my all-time favorites. The light is so better over here. There you can see just a small bits of latex. This actually was this dress or skirt, I don't know the real name of that. But it was really thin, like looking at a stocking, but it really fit the theme. It blended her among the trees and showed only some shiny artificial latex over there. The light on her face was excellent. It wasn't my doing, it was the nature's doing. The pose is great. The head looks a bit long over there, but it's just a hair. It's just a hair. It was really great working with her. It was so wonderful. Yeah. And this also contrasting shiny artificial oily latex to the ground and rocks and all that. It's a bit redundancy. This is good pose for excellent pose for her, and it's good great for her, but I don't think this is better for photography standards. But then again, this shows her abilities as a model, so can't really complain. Yeah. She had always this very strong look, because she had modeled before, she had lived in Germany, modeled there, and it was really, really great working with her. Yeah, these images actually have a bad white balance, so to say. They're a bit bluish, they should be more yellowish and so, but they just stand out. It's not that bad, but they're just standing out, and this looks like I haven't even edited that at all. White. Well, I have probably edited that. It lacks contrast, it lacks colors, it lacks so much because of my inability. I should do a redo of all my selected photos because this lack editing. Like this one. This has good editing, it has good light. I don't know how it represents the crotch area a bit too much in my liking, but yeah, you can't edit it out because I'm pretty cheating. I know I won't sing Marjatta, yeah, and thank you for your words, Max. And yeah, I will probably do this. Yeah, please remain talking English in the chat so we can understand everything. The question was, is this your girl? And no, she's a model I shot with multiple times back in Finland. Okay, I'm trying out with. You can see that the light is edited so poorly by me. It's so bloody poorly edited. But yeah, I should re-edit all of these images. Like this one is. Editing on this is awful. But then again, this is one of, so to say, so a bit iconic of my work. Again, edit on this is awful, and the details on the background are so overblown. And I've done way too much on editing them down. But they really... But this image, her pose, how she's cropped, actually, like, let me see at the EXIF data. Yes, of course, using the 50mm f1.2L. Yeah, that's really still my favorite. It's not my favorite anymore, but it was for a very long time. But surprisingly, I didn't use the aperture of the widest aperture like I used f1.2 usually. It's actually f8, so you could have taken this with almost any lens with a 50mm equivalent. It's really good. But the lighting on that day just made everything so much better. I was not that experienced on directing the battles back then, but it worked out. It really worked out well. Yeah, actually, this was actually the photo that LATEX, the 10 representatives of LATEX caught into and looked at. Oh, we really like this photo. Thank you. That was my favorite, and really nice to her. Here. Oh, that's too much vodka. Yeah. I like the face. I like her expression here, but I hate how I've again edited the photos. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's so much vodka in that. Really. We found a spray painted X. Not spray paint. It was actually painted with the wet paint. So we took into that. Yeah. And wine, of course, wine. And her late dog. Yeah, dogs are awesome. This was actually photographed on her balcony. She was again wearing a skirt by Tina Rikala. It's a really good, really great. I still have it, actually bought it from her after we had borrowed it for like a year or so, a bit over a year or something. For only 30 euros, which is a steal because it's very well cut. You can see that how the behind goes over there. And still, if you like, please stick to English so everyone can understand. I'm gonna still answer because, yeah. How many beers have you had? Just one. What are you drinking currently? I have Finlandia vodka combined with a ginger ale, so nothing that different. Yeah. I think I actually used 1635 f2.8 L, yeah, 16 to 35mm f2.8 L Mark II. Yeah. Yeah. The first comment over here is like, says, this is just getting better and better. Stunning images. Yeah. I don't know if that's stunning, but yeah, getting better and better was really good, and Project L has really helped me continue and do what I really want to do, and to learn so much more. Bloody hell. So, after the 12th project, which I just showed, I think it was the stepping stone after which everything changed. I got so much more like confidence, so much more ideas. I just started planning so much more. Did you get the Finlandia vodka from Malta? Yes, I actually did. The supermarket next to me, which is like less than 100 meters from our home, just suddenly there were many bottles of Finlandia vodka on their shelf. I mean, I don't know why or how, but only 12 euros a bottle. It's like stealing. It's like so cheap. And Finlandia vodka, it's awesome. It's a glass bottle. Just look. Look at it. Oh god, I really bought something so much from that. Oh god. Yeah, introducing Mia, one of the models with whom I modeled the most. We actually went to my late grandfather's cottage for this to shoot latex because I hadn't done that much. I hadn't done a project in a cottage at all, and going over there was a really good choice for me. Yeah, Mia was really excited to come to the project and test try out latex. She never had a thing for it per se, but she always wanted to. I actually had an interview with her. I could show one clip of that because yeah, you can just do interviewing latex model. Yeah, 37,000 views. That's quite a lot. Let's pause the music for a while and let me just find the correct question.
Ehkä just tyyliä jotain housuja. Saattais. Mut sitten
the question is, why did you agree the model for the project? Let me.
No, sä pyysit. Mä muistan, mä olin nähnyt joskus niitä aiemmia kuvia. Ja silloin olin ajatellut, että vitsi, että onpa rohkeita tyttöjä ja siistiä ja vau, ja enpä pystyisi ikinä itse tohon, mutta sitten pystyinkin. Ja sitten olin, sitten ollaan kuvattu. Niin, se on kiva.
Yeah. As she said, she really liked how the girls looked in the photos, and she really wanted to have photos of her that made her look good. And that was it. It's not just there wasn't any. Oops, drop the bottle cap. There wasn't really any stigma to latex. It was just a fabric. Just what I wanted to do with the project. I wanted to show people. And if I could show it to her, I had already succeeded. Of course, I wanted to go forwards, but so on. But yeah, it was really great. She was and still is a great spirit with that. We actually lately had to stop doing a photo shoot with her because she moved to South Korea. Yeah, that's a bit long way from Finland. And now she's back in Finland, I'm in Malta, so we'll have to see if we can shoot again one day. Probably yes, but when? Yeah, we actually went to continue, yeah. We went to my late grandfather's cottage, which is a really nice place. I spent all of my childhood there, all these warm memories. It was such a warm place, like the colors over there are like awesome. It's so nice, so nice, so nice. But yeah, this is the first image of her ever wearing latex because it was her first time wearing latex. And of course, back then she smoked quite a lot. And I don't know why there's a oil bottle on the table. Not for oil latex, but yeah. We tried some clothes on. We started experimenting how could we get the best images. The suit fit her really well, and she has this look of an innocent neighborhood girl, and that's what many people really seem to want from him. Of course, this was selfie time because selfies and selfies, and why not? Let's see a message or something. No, cell phone is just complaining on battery. Before we started the photo shoot, we ate. We grilled some pork over there. It was really good, and the drive out there was like 1.5 hours or something. And yeah, so we were a bit hungry when we got there. To start with eating was a good idea. No, can't really complain. Let me just up. Yeah, these small details again. I really like focusing on them. It was really. It's like I like focusing on things. I like latex. I like how shiny it is. I like focusing on latex. And when someone's shining up the suit before a photo shoot, it's so easy to grab photos. It's yeah, I like taking small details but small details and alone don't work to me. I'm not really fond of macro photography. Of course, I respect those who do it well, but it's not my style. A small detail every now and then really creates a better set of images. This image also, this has been featured so many times and taken out of context to porn blogs and whatever, and that's not, but it's really great because you can say that she's very thin. She's a good body, and of course, when going to different positions, human body does things, especially when wrapped in latex. These are just show how natural it is for any one of us to have wrinkles or anything on our body. It's really good, and also like with the shines, how it looks on her. It's very interesting and raises questions, but it still looks good. Really nice. Yeah, first time ever wearing latex gloves. She was really really into them. She just started laughing and laughing and laughing with it. Really funny for her. I'm sitting on the terrace putting on shoes, on latex socks. Oh, whatever socks were actually attached to the suit back then. Some fans, that. What in the bloody hell is a tuuliviiri in English? But one of those things what you blow in and it starts spinning because of wind. Sitting on the chairs, yeah, the chairs on the stairs. It was really nice, yeah. I like the place, I like the Photoshop, I like how much time we had. I also like this because in this image I was actually standing in top of a outdoor table, which was really wobbly and almost broken back then. But I managed to get it. I took so many photos back then, I remember, and I really managed to, so to say, barely get the straight line as straight as I can. I think it was still edited in post a bit to be more straight, but it was really difficult to get it right. There's a bit redundancy, but then again, it has its value, although it's a bit too dark. It should be more lit and the shadows. The light here was also great. It was like evening's light of the sun going on, reflecting from the lake, of course, well, not of course, but reflecting on the lake going on. Going to the backyard to do some backyard work like raking and leaves. We were actually planning to do so much more than just raking the leaves, but we didn't find the key to the outdoor storage anywhere. We tried, we looked and we looked and we looked and we just couldn't find it, so we had to resort just into raking the yard. Oh, sorry. It's a bit. Yeah. Let me just put the audio on, but quieter. There we go. Background music also was nice. Not that background music though. Yeah. I don't actually even remember where the light came to have face on this photo. I think it was the... bloody hell. Was my car parked next to it or something? I just can't remember. Let me check the EXIF data. Did the flash fire? Yeah, it seems that I actually used a flash over here. I don't remember. I probably had 2 flashes, which one of them I put on the right of her. Well, the left side of her and the right side of image. The stage right. On the ground, just to shoot that at her while the strobe was set up like on the widest possible, like 40 millimeters or something, 24 or something. What was its setting? And it works surprisingly well because she was in a shadow. You can see the bright sunlight behind her and so on. It still worked well. Oh, it's so much vodka in that thing. It really, what the hell? Yeah. Here she is inspecting a pine cone. Here she is. Yeah. The comment was, what are you photographing down there? My arm? Ah, boring. I should actually check if she's online on... No, she's not. We could ask her to comment here on chat. Because why the hell not? Yeah, we can always ask her. Just a moment, just typing to her on Facebook. Yeah. Small details again. You can see that... what's the name for Janne in Finnish? Well, you can see her fingers, and not the bones, but whatever these are, you know. Going over there. Small details that make... hello from Slovakia, hello from Malta at the moment, yeah. We're at Malta, even though usually in Finland, but we live here now. This was an interesting image, really, because as you can see, probably. Let me just. Oh, sorry. As you can see, she's so blurred out. But you can see this over there. It's just. I focused on the binoculars and tried to show her. You can actually see her body over there. The body, arm, another arm going there, neck. Really strange image and interesting image. So I had to leave it there, even though it wasn't that interesting, so to say. Yeah, look into the distance, all that works so well. And more binocular fun. And more. And just having a book in her hand. I don't remember what it was. One more shot, please. Yeah, soon. The lighting was pretty strange. I see I've brought up the eyes a bit too much. It's a bit too clear. You can actually let me just zoom in. So yeah, you can see her eyes are just way over edited to show. Looks unnatural over there. This I also liked. I was debating myself back then whether to use black and white or actually the real light. But let me see, actually, if I would probably have the original photos here. I can show you on the Lightroom, because why the hell not? These were taken on the 22nd of the 8th day. Let me just grab you this right exact photo on Lightroom. Yep. You can see I've had Lightroom open over here. Let me see, which one of them was it again? Was it this one actually? No. This one. Yeah. This is straight from the camera. It does not look like... It looks like... You can see it. It's not really... The colors are so odd. I think I used the camera's yeah, it's .jpg, whatever. So I used the camera's HDR mode for this. I think I had a 5D Mark III with it. So I used that one. And it created this odd color palette. Because the HDR means when camera it takes 3 photos, combines them and tries to have the so much more wider, like so much more dynamic dynamics to the image, dynamic color range. Yeah, that's the thing or something. But the colors look so unnatural over here. So I really had to turn this on black and white. But it was still quite nice. The back of the color says, the loser is not that who suffers a loss, but the one who gives up. Yeah, really. Yeah. Let's get back to the browser. There we go. And move the chat so I can see it. There we go. So yeah, when I'm to choose some images that are iconic or something, I really choose this one because it's such a finished image. You can see how it's like in the Finnish lake on a rowboat, the wind going on, very small waves coming through. You can see evergreens over there, it's like pines and everything. It's like such a finished image with some latex touch in it. And a bit of dirty boat and so on. Are you at Malta now? Yes, I am. We've moved here in September and we've been living here ever since. Yeah, this I really like. There are so many, the lines of the boat, the diagonal lines, as with the another what's the name? I don't know. I don't even remember. I drank too much alcohol to remember English words. Yeah, but the oar, yeah, the oar is pointing at her. The diagonal lines from the rowboat are pointing at her head. Also the horizontal lines and the vertical lines. There's the horizontal line, and it's not even cutting her neck off like usually when doing that horizontal line over there, and her arms. They're just creating a sort of a mix-up of directions, but then again, which makes it a bit not that peaceful to look at. But the lines of the boat really help your eyes to direct you to look at her face, which is really well lit here, surprisingly. Light came from there and was reflected somewhere, like really well. You can see the next image is, it's not that nice. Her face doesn't look really that flattering and so on, but you can see the splashes. That's again, yeah. Again, I think I used HDR mode or something here. Looks so silly. And then we went to sauna, so we could warm up the water so she could wash herself. Games, we might do games later. I'm just got into talking about stupid but images. But while waiting, I should actually check that I don't have any games on my stream shown. I don't. I can see that. Well, let me just check because I don't want to fool people. Live streaming. It's not gaming. I think it's just game. Yeah, it shows I'm playing Professional Farmer 2006. What the hell? Yeah, no. I'm not playing Professional Farmer 2016. Yeah. 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 Okay, change to people and blogs. Yeah. But so to get back to this, you're actually setting up sauna so she could get some warm water to wash off the lubricant from the outfit. So, and as there's no really proper running water, or clean water, or any warm water, we had to start up the water heater, which is like pouring water over there, and then you light it up. It looks like she's lighting up sauna, but she's not really lighting up sauna, just a water heater. But then again, it looks like a stove. What's the keyword in English? Stove is the closest one, I think. And it does like that. Also, the kitchen was really nice. It was really tiny and so on. But it has so much color, orange, and these silly wallpapers that are coming off. And so on. And then we drew her into cold lake. It wasn't warm at all back then. It was like it was something like September that going on. It was a bit. It was really bloody cold. Yeah, and still she went in. And she was like, yeah, it was cold. As you can see actually here, because it was really cold. And she went there with her own will. And for her. But still. I like this image really much. Again with the lines and so on. But it shows so much the light on her cats. It's so good. I mean, reflects everything. You can see the different colors and so on. And this wasn't planned. This was again an accident. What can we do? Oh, sorry, we have a chat question. Just a moment. Did the models move to Malta with you? Yeah, actually we had 4 people moving here, which 2 of them were people who'd model for me. One of them was my girlfriend. Hello, if you're watching there from your work. Who should be getting home after midnight CET time, so if I'm still streaming she might participate, but I'm not promising anything. Yeah, I really like the water, because this was again a first time for me to shoot latex in water, especially with such an excellent light coming up. And such a you can see the tree lines, they aren't that far away over there, but they're not that near either, so you can just have the feeling of lake, and you can see the opposite shoreline over there. It's really, it works. And splashing and adjusting. Yeah, every model in the existence world wearing a Liberty Princess catsuit has done this, because it really, it does pull on your neck. Yeah. Then she was getting really cold and wanted to get out, and you can see her getting cold. You can see the pain in her eyes, the existence, so there's for her. And this again, one of the images that I really like. It's sublime latex. It doesn't show necessarily as latex to someone who looks at it. It can look like wetsuit or something, or just a something emerging from the water. But it really works. Really works. It's getting pretty cold in here. Let me check. What is Lema? 6 degrees? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, with strong winds. Oh my. Yeah. It's pretty cold in here. Well, of course it's colder in Finland, I know. But these houses are not that well insulated, so when it's winding outside, it's winding inside. And that's bullshit. Yeah, I really like how the latex looks in black and white against the water. And a bit when using a bit of too much saturation as I've done here. This is I like also because it's such a neutral photo. You can't really see that it's latex again. You can guess if you know and so on, but it's not obvious someone who doesn't know latex. Yeah, and the towel and playing again with the gas masks. Yeah, they're stupid, they're really stupid, but she wanted to try them on. So we took images. They're silly images, but they can be a bit silly. Like, I'm being if I put my... Yeah, now I'm being silly. Yeah, I look mysterious and all, but being silly. Now, this was the second time we actually... I don't know how the audio will sound when it's reflecting from my hood, but oh well. This is actually the second time we shot with her. She was wearing a wig. Tried to fool me. They said, oh, I have new hair. Just a wig. I wasn't fooled. We went to the Kruunuvuoren Ranta in Helsinki, which is like full of abandoned villas, which have been destroyed and so on. Nowadays, mostly. There was pretty disturbed back then, but yeah. Yeah, you got minus 12 Celsius. Yeah, I think Finland got minus 27 in the southern Finland today. It was awful. Poor Finnish guys. Latex woman is nice. Yeah, they are. You're a wizard. Yeah, I'm a wizard, Harry. I know. You're a wizard, Harry. Yeah, oh well. Maybe I should play some wizarding games, like stream some Witch. I know Witch is not a witch. I should like Skyrim while playing as a witch, or magic or something. While drinking of course potions. But getting back to the topic. Yeah. We went to Kruunuvuoren Ranta. It was quite a tricky thing to find, because you have to ride on a residential road actually to get the... You have to park in the residential road and see that people can actually get past you. So it was really not that nice place to park, but yeah. You can see the graffiti artist doing this, the rich asshole in and so on. If you want to read more about the Kruunuvuoren Ranta, you can actually read about here, because I wrote something about it, so I can actually paste it on chat. The URL. There we go. And yeah, the place was really... The houses were beautiful, at least they used to be beautiful once. And they were so easy to get in. They were still in, as said, reasonably good condition. I could reasonably go there without almost all of them without the fear of dying from a falling debris or walking through. This image was... sorry. Some water. The light was shining through the curtains of the building and casting shadows. So she looks like she has makeup or something. It's really interesting things to create on her face. Yeah, this one these are so similar, but then again they look so different, each one of them. And this is like, this looks like she's looking in the history, she's wondering what's out there, she's left in the past or something. And it worked well, it's good, it worked really well, all of that. And to think someone actually used to live there and then it was abandoned to the awful bureaucracy, so... Yeah, the lighting is very good over here. We actually... it was pointing right over there, so it was easy to direct head. Yeah, go sit in the light, look at the light, so your face will be lit properly. This lighting here I really like. It's like... a bit too much on the contrast, but then again, it's a bit of a low-key image going on. And it works. Now this is actually my mother's old camera. Canon F1. I actually have it somewhere, but can't be asked to actually fetch it. Because it's relatively far away, it would take like 5 minutes to dig it. But we wanted to showcase, yeah, she's going on urban exploration. I didn't want to have my old Canon EOS 400D or something because it looks awful. But then again, old film camera looks so good, better and so much good and nice. This is a good image, I like it because there's a half of a frame of her and the other half is like this tree trying to be so. This image creates great diagonal lines again. I'm addicted with diagonal lines, but they just exist in the world, they exist in photography, they exist like everywhere. And it's like just framing her while she's framing us, it's like the perfect crime. Besides, the color was great, the outfit she chose was great because it showed latex and bit, but not too much. It was really good. Really good. I'm just repeating and repeating myself. Really good, yeah. Again, a clip show. This was only a year. In a year's time I had shot 14 Project Ls, so it's silly. Now, in 2013 I had actually started my school and Hagari University of Applied Sciences. And the campus that we were on was a relatively new building. Like not 10 years old or something. But compared to everything around the grey area of Pasila, the buildings indoors were very colorful and had lots of different lights and shining everywhere, above, down and below, and yes, interesting. And because the school had a studio we could use, so we booked. The model was actually my classmate back then, and yeah, she's graduate now, I think. And we booked a studio for the school, and we went over there to start over there. And you can see it's just a studio. I wanted to try new things because I don't have that studio experience, even though I photograph a lot. But studio was like, yeah, never done that much. The lights were decent, but the problem was that this capsule was just brand new, right out of package. I think it was first time on use. You can see all the talcum powder over there, because I did not wash the capsule properly before using it, so it was full of talcum powder. When she used dressing it to get on, it was all over. You cannot clean it so properly. We tried, but we couldn't. It wasn't that good, really. Now you can see the overalls of the school with her. I really like the lighting. I set the lights. It was too big, too tall, and narrow soft boxes, and one as a hair light. Yeah, the back. Yeah, those images are not special at the start because I don't like studio images. Now it starts to get better because it's like she's a student. It's okay, again bokeh on the background, and she's doing schoolwork. By the way, you could actually see the suit. Like, let me get a proper, like over here. With other girls, you can see that the neck area goes over here, but she was like over 180 centimeters tall, so the dress was. I'm so surprised she could fit in that outfit because she was so tall, but she didn't complain. It was really great shooting with her. And I think only think that the studio images are decent. They're not nothing special, but these look like me. These look like how I do things. Yeah. And by the way, if you're not Finnish, that cup actually says slave in Finnish. It's from school cafeteria, so yeah. Around our school. Not that flattering for the model, but works as a still image. You can see about the limitation of the latex on a girl who's that tall. Because the outfit was like sized S. She was a really great model. I actually worked with her like twice after that. I was planning to work again. Actually twice, because once was for a cover of a book. I hired her the model for me. This was really, of course, intentional. There was this metal statue behind her going on, but I don't think I could have just made a portrait of it, but because that guy does nothing for the image. I think it's extra. We could have just cropped over here, and it would be so much better. But I don't want to do it now because I already made the mistake and I have to live with it. Yeah, actually, this is also one of the images I really like because I even use this image in my CV. Yeah, it's the background of my CV. I've added a notepad over the text, notepad, and so on. It's like when applying for jobs that require creating visual things, that works for it. There's actually a school smoking area on the inner courtyard. Yeah. But there's a question, why do you use only black latex? Well, because back then black was very universal, it fits so many people, and I didn't have a budget for proper to have more choice, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I don't. I didn't. Now I do have like many different colors going on, but black is always black and people like black, and it's easy to get back in black. Not like that. Yeah. We can actually move now to the part 16. It was a friend of a friend who's now actually, I think, a mother of 1 or 2 children. Well, oh, never mind. She was interested in the project, talked about her friend who was a common friend, and he introduced us. So we did a shoot in Espoon Vantaa area in Helsinki. Yeah, still autumn, going strongly. But this was a new experience for me to work like with new models actually. So like, how to say, it's not just working with who you know, but new people. This was one of the first times I've never worked with a person I didn't know beforehand, and it worked well. I can't complain. A bit more getting used to and directing and all that, but not that bad really. Well, like, very well. And yeah, here you can see the classic. Yes, I'm sitting behind a table thing, which is so common in Project Else nowadays. It's just so common. Again with the diagonal lines and lines and lines and lines. Everywhere there are lines. Like in the parks. Fun face, you know. Yeah, she doesn't look very comfortable in this photograph, I have to admit that. Yeah. There was a small lake next to this hotel which was not operational, I think, at least at that time. But this face is really nice. I really like how she's just being playful and not taking it too seriously, because you shouldn't need to take things so seriously. You can just smirk away and not pose and be yourself, because that's what Project L is all about. And again, yeah, many poses, many different looks. And this is surprisingly good. Looks like she's doing yoga or something. There's a question on the chat. Do you models like to dress latex? Some have after one time have decided not to never use it again, because it just, well, it's not that great to wear usually. You might not, it's not that very nice always to wear it, and so on. But some, on the other hand, are like, yeah, I want one now, but it's too bad that it costs so much, and too bad that it's so sad to see that they cost so much. It's so impractical and whatnot. But yeah, but I think two of my models still actually use actively latex. One is Didi Au, who's a gothic type and likes to wear latex all around, like as a fashion statement, not anyhow as a fetish statement, but as a fashion statement, because she's a bit goth. She likes to do that, and I think it's very nice. Then is Vanya, actually, with whom I shot the last time, the Maltese, original from Serbia, vocalist of Martyrium. She actually wears latex on her gigs, and she's a goth type too, and that's pretty nice actually. And there's one girl who actually said that, yeah, she's really wants the catsuit that she can't afford. Maybe she'll get one day, and yeah, that's, some people really like them, some just don't that much. For some, the most it's just a fabric to wear, a different fabric, and it's easy to explain. And why are you wearing fetish? Well, it's the fabric, nothing more, nothing else. And of course, it shows your body and all that, but still, I don't remember how many times she actually tossed that ball up. It was like, to get the perfect situation, to get the perfect pose, all that. I think this image works very well. If the ball would be red or something like orange, something more pronounced, it would be even better. But this works too. There's contrast between the latex and the green and all that. And again, for me, some reason using black and white, because back then I was addicted with it, because my lens didn't really have that much color into them, and I was too lazy to edit properly. A bit too lazy, and I didn't really want to edit my images too much. I still don't want to edit or manipulate my images like too much. And then again, I suddenly crank up the white balance to orange and like, yeah. And it was abandoned, or not abandoned, just not so frequently used hall and this burnt scooter. It was great to pose against. I don't know why it was there, I don't know who burned it and what's going on, yeah. Okay, let's just gonna keep a short break soon after this one probably, because this was a second coming with me who really liked to be part of the project and wanted to, like, how to say, enjoyed being part of the thing, enjoyed seeing good images of her and so on. Yeah, then this night was actually really dark, it was cold, it was in my old Volkswagen Golf Mark IV. We're driving around Helsinki, trying to find spots where there was at least a bit more light than nothing. I like this bridge going on over Norderskjörinkatu in Pasila, Helsinki, where there were lights all around and interesting lights and all that. It was pretty nice. Challenging but nice. I just wonder, I think, which lens I used. 25-70 f2.8L Mark II. Yeah, it worked surprisingly well. And I only used ISO of 3200 on 5D Mark III, which is very reasonable with that camera because it barely any noise at all. This bridge was very lit, so to say. Yeah, now here she's on the other side of the bridge, leaning with the glass. Here she's at verkkokauppa.com, where we went to get live because it was open 24/7 or something like that. No, not that. At that time it wasn't open 24/7, but yeah, open till late, so to say. The comments saying, yes, it's a fabric, like denim. Many people prefer denim. I like latex because it's gloss, feeling skin and touch. Yeah, why not? It's fabric. Not that big deal. And this image I like really much because the light coming here is a bit skin toned and really pronounced on the latex. It was really cold back then. I think it's like minus. Like when we moved over here, it was Senaatintori in Helsinki. It was really, really bloody cold in there, like freezing and wind, and she took off a jacket, leaned against the amazingly cold lamppost, held there for 5 seconds, like, can we go? And we went away. And she played some, I don't remember if she actually played anything. She just held the guitar or something, but then she just showed around. I really like the twirl, fuck's sake. The twirl of the skirt over here works well. I think the shadow was pretty slow. I think it was like 50th or second. Yeah, 50th. Yeah, 50. Yeah, now she was getting a bit tired. I'm still. It's still a funny image. I like it. Like forehead that just squashed against the stairs. Yeah. This is also a nice contrast on showing how long the catsuit goes. Whereas on the girl where we were shooting at the school, it was going back down here. Yeah. I'm gonna keep a very short break, like a few minutes, not that many, and then return because my throat is killing me. Can I get something to drink? Let me actually get. There's something going on. Just a moment. Not that one. Gonna edit. Stream will return shortly. There we go. And we can just do this for a while, and I'll be back in just a short moment. And we're coming back right about now, yes. So let's see, we have some comments waiting for us. Do you polish catsuit before shooting? We polish them after the models have put them on. You can actually see many of the photos of them polishing images and polishing the catsuits and showing them and as they are polishing and so on. So yeah, of course we have to do it. At start we didn't do it because we had chlorinated catsuits and the polishing did really nothing, but nowadays we do. Almost always necessary. Now I know it's not alcohol this time, just Red Bull. Trying to keep myself awake. It's a harder task than it looks. But yeah, this was actually when we went to Porvoo with the model. It was this abandoned pulp factory where the friends of her knew the owner somehow or had gotten an agreement to use the place. So we were there with the permission actually. We didn't just go in urban exploration, we had asked the permission to go there beforehand. It was this suit was already chlorinated back then, so it did not have that much shine in it. But you know, it's like matte shine or something going on. Not that much really, but you can see it. But yeah, it's. I think the creates great contrast in the image because it's so bright. With a black one, it would be like cat burglar or something going on in there. But the brightness really adds up to it. I remember it's been really cold, like 1 degree Celsius or something, and inside the building was even colder than outside because the sunlight didn't warm the insides, and we were there like somewhat early. We had different styles. I tried strobes and so on, and yeah, cat burglar when it's all black. This is just the image turned black and white, and the red channels are turned to black, so looks like a cat burglar going on. Maybe it will. The safe was really interesting. I don't know if anyone actually had opened it ever, but still. It was a really cold day. That was really cold to shoot over there, but we managed. And surprisingly, this is one of my favorite photos of this set actually, because you know, she looks so different than any other photos. You can see you can't see her face, but you can see her hair. You can see the corset and some of the latex. It's different. It's odd how different it is. She looks like a different person from this angle. Of course, you can see you can't see her face, but still, it was really cold in there. Yeah, you can see she was struggling to keep a pose, and many poses were alike because it was just so cold you couldn't even control your face muscles. It was awful. I feel so sorry for her, and I personally couldn't have posed in the latest catsuit in that coldness, but she could. It was amazing. She did so well. Let me just find, yeah, emergency heat blanket, because it was so fucking cold. I mean, you just couldn't do anything. It was so cold. Yeah. This immediate horror because red latex. I don't know about horror, it's just... Well, you can have your opinions over there and so on. Yeah. Yes, there's me 3 years ago. Woohoo! Yeah, a bit more than 3 years ago. I mean, just was actually November already. Yeah, it was so cold. No wonder. And then suddenly it was Christmas. This is the first ever holiday themed project I ever shot. It was Christmas themed. I know they're not very timeless, but we tried to. Yeah, you have to do something. It's not that bad. It's quite decent actually. So I really like the photos we got, but so yeah. So let's see. Yeah, this was actually Stockman's helping us this Stockman that has this huge window presentation every winter and Christmas time. It's like such a sight, and tourists come and people come all over Finland to see it, and it's silly, but it's always beautiful and it's worth seeing. And then afterwards we want to get some glögg wine or just Finnish glöggi, just juice with some rum added to it, and almonds and raisins. Yeah, I like the star. Fuck's sake. I like the star, I like how it works, and I like how everything goes like it. But this all tells the Christmas. The red shirt, the hat, the star, the glöggi. Oh yeah, you can see the almonds just floating in there. And some gingerbread. She didn't eat them. So I don't remember why. I think they went vegetarian or something. No, these are just so Christmassy as you can get. And again, playing with the bokeh, there were lines of lights just floating down and going. It was very nice. Yeah. Go stops the stream. I don't know. He's playing some Firewatch or some game there. I had to walk like 20 meters to go back to the living room. Yeah. This one actually was one of the photos I really liked because it was. She has this look like she's preoccupied, she's thinking of something, she's planning of the future. And the shirt is very stylish and goes well with the latex. She has always had a great sense of style, and she's chosen her clothes so well. So can't really complain about that. And it works here very well, and here. And talking about cold. Have you ever been outside in latex when it's been like -15 Celsius? Because she has. I was wearing warm winter clothing, but she was there in a latex catsuit and a dress. Really, it was really cold. Again, with the small details. I like also when people are getting ready, they're so easy to photograph because they're preoccupied while they're doing something. Like she was polishing her catsuit and getting all the wrinkles all out. So I just sat down on the floor and waited for the right moment when she just framed herself with the hand going over the leg and a bidet. It's good framing. I think I like the image really much, very much. Yeah, her first touch to cold air in a latex set was the poor thing. Now we shot in Järvenpää, where this called Kolmisointu. It's a biggest outdoor like art sculpture in Finland. And I've lived in Järvenpää for like 25 years or so. And back then I also lived we went there. They were the only colorful thing in the city at that time, during winter time. We walked there for a while. You can actually see her nose just getting more red and red because it's so bloody cold. After this one we went back to the car, sat there for like 15 minutes getting warmer and warmer and warmer. And then drove around like the different route to walked like 100 meters from that point. So the car was still closer. And then without anything, just captured. It's so poor me. So cold back then. Now this is next to Church of Järvenpää, which is just an awful contraption made of concrete. It's like such an awful thing. It looks... Church of Järvenpää is one of the most ugliest churches ever. Let me just Google it for you. Church of bloody Järvenpää. See. Look at it. It's just awful. The image I showed was taken around here. Yeah. If you can actually see it. Yeah, exactly here. It's such an ugly church. I don't mean to slander anyone's beliefs, but Church of Järvenpää is so ugly. So very, very ugly. I don't just understand. Actually, my suit is getting chafed up. This old suit I'm wearing it. Haven't worn it for like ages, and it's chlorinated, and I hate being chlorinated, so I have no room to move, and it's gonna hurt my back. So afterwards, we went to this pub where I used to work at, and got some mint chocolate from like 2 centiliters of Koskenkorva Minttu. I actually I'm well stocked on alcohol and then hot chocolate. So that's a great choice to fight coldness. Because all the waiters know me there, so they don't mind. They know my project. They don't mind me. But the patrons over there really did. They were so like, "What's going on? Why are you wearing like that? Why are you dressed like that?" Yeah. And this was the coolest spot for her, because even though we were just in the bar, we had to walk like 500 meters from the car next to a lake of Photour, which is so windy. That was so windy at that time. We had to walk through it. The wind was just chilling and killing us, and or more like her. And then she went insane. Yeah. I got some feedback. These were our 2 sexualized photos and creating something. But yeah, that's right. They are a bit too sexualized, I think. Then again, they also tell a story about falling into madness, and it's a fun experiment. Yeah. I think it's great to take those, even though they're not that much longevity, say. And as we had continue to the next one. As we had shot once in a cottage, we went to another cottage, and this wasn't my grandfather, this was actually my cottage that I had inherited from my other grandfather, which still stands in Finland. My parents frequent there, so we want to have a winter cottage time. Yeah, this was, yeah, as I wrote here, the temperatures were quite forgiving, being just below 0 Celsius. But as it had been noted before, a tight-fitting latex outfit is not the best insulation, especially against chilling breezes. Yeah, and that is correct. It is not. It's really not. It's hot in the summer and extremely cold in winter. Yeah, here is me actually sliding down in a tub. Yeah, it was a tub actually. It was just a silly thing. We didn't have a proper sled, as I wrote down here, but it was a sled, not sled, it was a small children's, like baby's tub, which worked very well. For this image I actually took my strobe, put it on a tripod and shot it through 80 centimeter wide umbrella through it. Let her go down there and enjoy. I have the image probably somewhere. Let me find that for you, because it's so easy to find things in Lightroom nowadays, so. Yep. Yep, just a moment. Should the Lightroom work? I actually have the image open right over here. Yeah. This was the setup I actually used to take the images. It didn't even take that many tries. You can see it down here. Like setting up, yeah, going. No, actually that was still pausing still. So you can see actually the whole setup over here. You can see how I put the light and the umbrella and the stand and hair just going down. That's her shirt and a jacket under there, so that her ass wouldn't freeze to death. Yeah, so she just slid down, and it was great fun actually for her. It was fun to shoot as well. I don't remember what I've edited here. Something apparently? No idea. Yeah, that worked so well. And I don't think anyone else has a photo of a girl in a latex catsuit sliding down in the winter using a baby's tub as a slide. So yeah. And I don't suppose anyone else in the world has images of a girl in latex catsuit sitting next to watching a scooter or something. Yeah, but you potkukelkka or ketkupolkka in Finnish. So yeah. And shuffling cards, because why the hell not? And I don't remember the name of the game. I should. Posing next to firewood. I really love the lighting here. Let me see if I can actually see how the light was over there, because I think I had a flash. I must have had a flash. Yeah, you can actually see it over here. The flash is right next to her, the stage right, and it worked quite well. It didn't look that natural, but it looked quite natural really. could have looked less natural. Let me just put on that again. So yeah, and we've got a question in chat. How many people are usually in photo shooting team? Camera, light, styling? Usually just me and the model. I mean, only once or twice has there been someone else. There's usually just me and the model, because when the model's wearing latex, it's I don't know, it's intimate. Well, of course it's a bit intimate. It's also like it's a very private thing. You have to be very comfortable, you have to know who you're with, you have to trust everyone you're with. And so that shrinks down the team to like me and the model. You don't really need anyone else. And because I don't want to show fake reality, I want to show people as they are, as they look, and how they look. And I really want to show the people how the models will react. And I can't achieve that by using a huge team. I want real emotion, not fake, like acted real emotions. I want people to be who they are, and if there's a huge team around, they won't be who they are. Well, okay, in this she's not just posing, and yeah, but in the next image she's again being who she is. It's very natural, and she's laughing. Now she's drinking, I'm not sure, beer or something. Now she's reading a book, and this is a real situation. There's also candy and the box over there, a bowl over there, and sauna without makeup. Honestly, being a sauna. But by the way, this is the best sauna I've ever been. It has so nice warmth, and it has a great stove, and you can breathe so well in it. This was actually the start of the next day when we moved the photo shoot over there, because the day was long, so we were there for like 3 days in a row or something on the cottage. She's just cleaning snow. I think she's talking to her father in that image, because father called in the middle of photo shoot, and she was, yeah, I'm not going, no problem. And we weren't in a hurry anyway, because we were in a cottage, we had time, we had lots of time to do things. The next image you can see here, it was shot actually right over there next to that one. So I grabbed my Canon's... no wait, I didn't actually grab my 50mm as I thought. I actually took my 16-35mm, put it to 35mm and shot it wide open at f2.8. Really great. It works surprisingly well. The lighting's different than usual. Can't complain really. Yeah, this image I like. We had many images like this available where she was dropping snow, and it was so difficult to choose which one I wanted to use. I wonder if I probably still have some examples over here. So yeah, I took like so many photographs of her throwing snow. Yeah, there are so many. Let me just show out the window again. Yeah, you can see that they're just regular poses. But after this one, there were like poses, and then again with the phone. Yeah, so many different attempts to get the right image I want, and to show. I could have shown all the images I wanted, but I really wanted to keep it simple, and this one was, even though the leg was cut off, it still worked quite well. You can't complain really. because it shows the action. It has a golden ratio going on. It shows the movement on her head. She's really moving. You can see the as the shadow speed is a bit low. You can see the snow just flying. The shadow speed was actually like it wasn't even that slow. It was like 1/500th of a second, and it still didn't stop the movement. But it worked so well. I really like this photo because it shows so much. Like, you can compare this, just boring. Yay, exciting, boring. Boring. A bit exciting, but still not as nice as this one. So to continue with the project. And there's a question, I think. Thomas, why are you shining? Because I'm shiny. How does long one session last? I'm supposing that how long does one session? Yeah. I don't know, it depends. From a couple of hours to like a couple of days actually. Like this was the first project we shot in like 2 parts, like between 2 days. And here I actually found the filters for Lightroom. It's a bit shabby. The image is nice, but I don't like the styling. I said that even though it's said to be showing cold, it's not really that interesting to look at. It's like overdone, as a way too blue. I wonder if I have any tidbits on behind the scenes. I can show you the video because yeah, I'm live now, really. But yeah, shining up, you can see that flash is going. She's still amazed by the clouds because they're so different than the suit actually. It's a bit silly. Yeah, she was really having fun back then. It was really... she was having fun. Really fun. Yeah. The cottage was really nice inside also, and you can see that I think it was one of the first times I actually have had this umbrella with me on the strobe remotely controlled, and it worked very well. But then again, that's not really my thing because the images don't really look that natural as they could look. I wanted them to look more natural and use ambient lighting as much as possible. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit... Yep. The first project we actually shot not in Finland was this one, because we went on a cruise and we shot around on a cruise ship. So practically we went all the way to Tallinn in Estonia, capital of Estonia, you know. But yeah, it wasn't. We never got on ground, so we were just sitting on the ship. So I don't know if it counts as shooting in abroad. Oh well. People want that. They didn't even look that much at the out because on Finnish ships there are so many like weirdos going out dressing in silly outfits and so on. So that didn't attract too much attention. Even though, like, you know, it's obvious. It's latex. Yeah. The dancing and latex and yeah. Really fun. Yeah, this is just very discreet selfie with the roof. I think there's... yeah, I actually remember in the bar there was this one guy who actually approached me and said, "Hey, are you the guy who shoots Project L?" And, yeah. "Oh, nice project, yeah, I see you're shooting now. Oh, that is so awesome." And then he went on his way. Actually, this was the first time I ever used a latex catsuit while shooting project. You can actually, not the whole project, but on the dance floor, because I wanted to know how it was to be like part of that. It was pretty warm and so on. But it was really nice. No one was bothered, and I was able to do what I liked. Yeah, you can see I look so young over there and thin. Should appreciate my lack of belly back then. Yeah, let's this is the interview I actually showed before. Then along came DDO actually. Well, I spotted her on her blog, on some quite inactive blog, where she was telling her how her boyfriend got her dress of latex, and she was posting it, telling her, yeah, it's not that bad and so on. So I contacted her, telling her, yeah, I saw your blog. It looks pretty nice, and it's nice to see people aren't afraid of the fabric. And then I asked if she wants to model. I showed my previous project, and yeah, she said, yeah, of course. I traveled to her house in Tampere, and we met for the first time and started shooting. It's that simple. So yeah, this was really. After this, we did a lot of shoots with Didi, a lot of them. And we're still gonna do if we can, because she's in Finland, I'm in Malta. It's a bit long way, but we'll see. Maybe I'll travel to Finland. Maybe she'll travel to Malta or something. Can you see the difference between this image and the next one? Yeah, see her legs? The cats are actually tall on toes. Yeah, they tend to do that when worn by many people on different legs, and they're not formed around that. They're so actually tall. So we went back to her like in the middle of shoot. Then it started raining a lot. We went into church to stay safe from the rain. Then we had some food, and then we went back to after a while back to her place. You can actually see the suit over there being broken and all. Went back to her place. We cut the suit, the flappy parts of the suit. You can actually see them. Yeah, we cut them with scissors, but they wouldn't tear more, and the suit's been working ever since, so can't really complain. This picture I really like. I think I used a polarized filter on my 24 to 70mm f2.8 L Mark II lens. So it showed the bottom, it didn't shine that much. It's very nice frame again around Didi, where the water was reflecting. It was really nice. She was swimming. I was a bit jealous because I didn't have any swimming gear, so I couldn't join her like and there to get lower views and so on. The water was warm and the weather was very nice, and this was her dress she showed me, which I saw, and it was also made by Tina Rikala. Yeah. It's a really nice dress, very nice looking, and yeah, works. I really love the blue of it. And I really love the orange contrast. What means more to you, photography or latex? Photography. Yeah. Photography has been always in my life, and since I was 6 I photographed a lot, and starting with those use once cameras and so on. Photography definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Forgot to put my Skype to be do not disturb. Oh, there we go. Like after I went to see Didi, she actually came to Järvenpää to shoot with me. So we rode around Sipoo, Pornainen, Tuuso, Järvenpää, all the areas around Järvenpää. We started from Pornainen and went to these roads that I've been riding because they're just nice roads to ride around. Stop every now and then, like on a bus stop. Because bus stops in Finland you can see them everywhere. And only seldom you can see a bus stopping on them on rural areas, like twice a day or something. It works. The idea was great. We walked around trying to find new things, and then we went back over here. Those who actually know about us, you can see something. There's an article about us actually. Me and my roommate over there, me and roommate. And the background, it's a bit sort of an Easter egg, but I had this hang on my wall or the glass door for a while before, so it's sort of intentional, but not all that intentional. This was also a dress donated by LATEX. The color is quite awful, really. It looks like a patient's gown or something, but in this case it really worked because we turned black and white. Because during nights the orange looks so awful from the lights above you. Plus the white zip on the back, it's like, why the fuck would you do that? Well, it was a test probably, and someone ordered it or something, yeah. This image doesn't show latex that much, or you can guess it, okay, that's latex, if you know, but you don't know beforehand. This was really, again, Church of Järvenpää around the area, because now it was summer, it was green, so it was, this is also a donation from LATEX. It's a bit, this is an awful dress, like, it's so baby doll dress, barely fits anyone, and so on, but yeah, it was an extra dress, so we got it for free, we can't complain. It's a beta version of the current dress, which is so much better cut now. They are selling LATEX. I don't remember the name, sorry. Gonna skip again a bit further. And go to autumn. We actually gone halfway through all the projects, like we're skipping few, but still, that's pretty impressive. Yep. This was actually a new catsuit, green one. We still have it, of course, and it's still being used randomly. But me, I wanted to try the green one, and it was really great. It fit against the orange and yellows of the autumn, and the suit fit her really well. Actually, you can see the hoodie over there. It's the same that I'm wearing right now. So the hoodie also came at the same time with the green catsuit. But the green suit was really... it still is really great in Finland. Around here, there's really nothing green around. So few things, so it's so beige colored over here in Malta. So it's a... But then again, this could work as a contrast for it, so... We'll have to see what we can bring. Yeah, drawing around leaves. This is again my 50mm f1.2L, so wide aperture like 1.2 shot at 8,000th of a second. So because I wanted to have as wide aperture and as narrow depth of field as I could, so I could have the leaves just not being just leaves but being blurred and having a bit of dirty frame effect over there. And by dirty frame it means that there are objects blurred in front of the lens and behind the lens, and there's a lot of action going on. It works. And also this one is one of my favorites from the Photour, because the light is okay. The light is not that good per se, but her smile is so sincere. She's just looking so. She's not just looking at having fun. She is having fun. Really, is really enjoying herself, throwing around those silly leaves. Yeah. Let me see. YouTube is actually complaining that the video output is low, but I hope it's working quite well. With the still images at least. Sorry, I continue. Yeah. The leaves were just perfect on that day. The sun was perfect. And it was such a bright day to shoot. It was a happy day to shoot. It was so enjoyable. And also one picture from IKEA of Vanta, I think. So, oh no, it's Espoo actually. IKEA of Espoo. So, because we had to get something for her. And then the Linnanmäki fun park or the fair, or what's the proper name for it? We went over there to see the lights, and the green outfit works so well against the shiny surfaces. In this image you can even see the latex anywhere, but you know she has it on, so it alone this image doesn't probably do much in when considering someone wearing latex, but you know she wears it, so it fits there. Really, the green is so... It's a beautiful color, the green. And also back to the hoodie I'm still wearing. Yay! And the shiny... There was this narrow few lights reflecting. It was easy to just put her there and isolate her from the background. Let's see how many I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna check a few still of these and keep on talking until my throat hurts too much. It already hurts a bit. But yeah, you can see this is not everyday life. This is like a... yeah, this is Halloween. This is Halloween, and so on. So, at the same time when the green catsuit arrived, Didi had actually ordered a blue catsuit for her, and this was her first time ever wearing it. Like, ever. And she was so excited to have a new own catsuit, which has torn many times since then, unfortunately. because sometimes LATEX just does that with certain body types. If you're not like 100% the body type of the suit, it might tear. So you have to find the right suit for you. Yeah, here she's applying her makeup. It's like very interesting to see, and I like the lighting here and how the light behind her reflects from the mirror on her face. Very cheap, and she's planned it so she can apply makeup easily. Again, small details, showing the knees, showing the small spots, and going into the scary side and showing all the scariness. Yeah, it works. Applying some bandages over there and finishing up her costume. Scary costume. We actually went to a Halloween party after this one to enjoy ourselves, and yeah, it showed. The lights were really nice at that place. You can't really see the LATEX again, but still, it works. I'm sorry again. I think she won the 3rd or 2nd prize on the costume contest. Oh, poor guy over back in the background. I don't even remember. I think he won. But I have to admit that the Rorschach costume is pretty rad also. This is also one of my favorites. Just a brief moment, pause, thinking. This lasted only for a second, but it looks like it could have felt like an eternity. Stop and think and all that. The light is really great, and I like the reflections coming from her kitchen window over there. Again, now we started doing flashes on an abandoned matchstick factory in Tampere. Yeah, it's really hard to get proper light over here, so we used strobes. I just went outdoors. You can actually see the factory over here in the background. It's really, I think it still exists. We already thought it was gonna be destroyed, but no. And this is one of those images I really like, because it's a dirty frame, as you can see. There are... Oh, sorry. Better get some water. There are this a bit crooked, not straight, vertical lines all around with the horizontal lines. The dirty frame, I think this is out of focus, behind our out of focus. And only this part, this pile that says Lokki, which means seagull in English. And Diddy over there, it's like really great pose. I like how her legs are positioned, how her shoulders are, her arm, her face, everything looks so good. And yeah, playing with the dirty frame again, but implied diagonal lines like following over there. But this image doesn't work that well, I think. It's a bit too dark and too crowded. This could be made so much more better when edited, but not right. I didn't have the time to do it. I can check if I have anything over the set. Again, so extremely bloody cold. Oh, you can see the stream advert here, yeah. Yeah. It was cold. The light here actually is reflected from snow, which is then reflected inside her house. It's so different than the usual light in the apartment. So you can see the snow, you can see the coldness. And you can also, I also like this picture because it framed the vertical lines go on the golden ratio, like 1/3 of the frame. And again over here, this is not just in the perfect position, but your eyes are still leaning towards it with the light and all that in the frame of the mirror going on. Yeah, it was cold outside. This is taken outdoors when she was drinking. And now she's looking at me. Do I really fucking have to do this? It's so cold. And then she did it. With this funny hat. Some hats just create those perfect frames for your face. Like this one. Fluffy, straight and smooth. It works great, and the sunlight really lights up her iris area so well. And it was pretty cold. She was wearing this gown or whatever it's called, cape or something, but yeah, it was cold again. I really like how the shadows of the trees go over here. And then creating her own shadow, and because it was snow, it wasn't even straight, it was rising from the lake. The coming sun from the actually reflected on her face, so I could easily shoot against the sun and still have a light up backgrounds. No, I won't sing Marietta again. Maybe later. Now, this is also, I like how she's sitting here. It's a good pose that doesn't make her look like she's peeing or something. She's just sitting over there. She's posing for the camera. I like the frame. I like the place. The only thing I could, if I could, I would remove this, but I could do that in post with a great effort. But I don't want to. I don't want to manipulate my images that much. Then we had some, sorry, again, pictures again at Kotipizza and Film. This was in Lempäälä Idea Park, well, in Lempäälä. And then we went back to the central Tampere, and now as the sun was setting, it was so cold for her. She was freezing her ass off. We went inside. There's it's not an indoor mall, it's a indoor, not shopping center, it's a building where other restaurants and a few places, like a business complex. We shot some frames there with a very strange light. It was like bluish or greenish or something, all that. But such an odd thing. The light was so strange and it was so cold. I was sitting next to the door when she was just posing in the cold, and yeah, that was pretty much end of it. But she had a cup full of EVs and EVs, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flameon, and what's this? Not Umbreon. It's, I don't even remember that name. That's Umbreon. That's something else. Oh well. EV and EV's evolutions. Again, with the framing, to create the frames for a person is really wonderful. And of course, after you worn a catsuit, it gets where you have to clean it up. You have to. And because it was Diddy's new catsuit, she had to clean herself. I usually clean all the catsuit myself. Almost. Yeah, this is very different. Because these details of latex, I do details. I like details. I like zooming into them, but I don't really like studio shoots. But I must come out of my comfort zone somewhat. This was just a phase of preparing. But this looks like a heartbroken love story of a woman walking down the stairs when she's left the sad smitten cat. Jesus Christ. I really like this image. I like the feeling it has. I like the bit sad pose, the implied sad pose. I like the cat's hangover or just sad look on the face. Yeah, we want to actually shoot some stills of details of latex. And because there were cats in the apartment too, actually, there was cat hair just everywhere. Every fucking where. And I had to do so much photoshopping to get rid of those things. And I don't know why I haven't photoshopped this out because they're a bit disturbing, but these are interesting shapes. These first two are good, but these are just, I don't know. I could have done more from the point of view of photography. I don't know. My idea was to create prints that you could actually buy. And yeah, you can still buy them from my Redbubble store, but they just, I don't know. Something needs to be more. But now, because I've drank so much alcohol, I need to go to the little boy's room again, so I will return just shortly. And we're back again. Because I'm human too. There was a question, how many catsuits do you own? I don't even know that, like 10 or more. There are about 10, a bit more. Quite a lot. I've gotten quite a few as donations by this one excellently generous guy called Paul, who's donated me so many catsuits and so much time and supported me on Patreon for so long. It's like, yeah, I've saved thousands of euros because of him. I must thank him every chance I can get. Oh, and by the way, on the Details of Latex, this was the only studio we had. Reflector, flash, yeah. It wasn't that big of a deal, just reflector and flash, and we could make it work so much better than I had made my work, my projects work previously. So much happier. We went to a ship to Stockholm with Didi. It took actually 3 days, but not really interesting. Didi was a great person to shoot with again on a ship. We were happy to eat. She was really good at karaoke. She still is. She's an excellent singer. And so we roamed around the ship. We got some strange looks, but mostly people again ignored it because it's cheap. People can be weird over there. It doesn't matter so much. This was in the morning. I was tired. The breakfast. Like, why are you doing this? Face to me. And getting some more sleep. This is actually the photograph taken in Stockholm. One of the few photos before we actually noticed that the catsuit had that hair. I can actually probably show it over. Scrolling. Oh, I don't have a photo of it here. Oh, how strange. Yeah, but the catsuit had a chair, so we had to run to a bicycle shop in the Gamlestad in Sweden, the old town in Swedish. get a bicycle patch and fix the catsuit so we could shoot the project at the end. On our return trip we were so pissed about the torn catsuit, so we didn't really take any photos. So on the return trip we just drank. But yeah, the thing is still the fail boat, because what started so great didn't end up so greatly because of the catsuit tearing up and so on. It was so annoying. And yeah. Then suddenly a new model, Jonna. Jonna, we met actually in Steam. We were playing Awesome Outs. She added me as a friend to play with again, and then she was a Finnish, and turns out she lived very close to me. When we first met, she was 17 or something, and she already wanted to model, but I really want my models to be at the full age. So week after she turned 18, we went for a photo shoot, and she was happy for it. Actually, in this photo shoot, her boyfriend accompanied us because he was a bit worried because I was like 7 years older than her on the internet, just a weird photographer. And yeah, I understood that. That's okay, so to say. So he followed us and helped us a bit, but even though he was a great help, but it was a, how to say, it was always a distraction for the model. The model was looking at me and then at the boyfriend. I was like, yeah, that's not that bad, but there are so many images because she's unsure and the avec is just making her feel more unsure. I mean, the images were great in the end, but it caused so much more work to me. So, and I had to position my images so that he wouldn't show on the pictures all the time, constantly. So it was a bit difficult doing that. So nowadays I don't have anyone coming with the model because it's so much easier for me if I can just shoot one person and not be worried. And another question: while photoshooting days, do models wear latex all the time? While shooting, during the nights, of course not. They will put something more comfortable. But if we're shooting on, stopping on evening and starting at day, of course they're gonna put on their latex as soon as possible. So, but if it turns uncomfortable after shooting for days, then you don't. The model doesn't have to wear latex, of course. Because why should she? This is one of the images I also like. As you can probably see, there's a strobo light over there pointing. I think it's pointing straight at her even. Oh no, it's pointing away from her and reflecting from the door at a high speed. So we can. I'm creating putting her on my van, the driver's seat, so she can. There's no reflection over there, but the reflection starts here, and it creates this great field of depth and like a different world from this one, and like a different sky and all that artistic bullshit. It looks really great. There's a great detail. There's this Coca-Cola, like a caffeine chocolate from a Finnish Varustelleka store. It was really nice place. I haven't looked at these photos in a long while, and they're great. They're really great. And there's the Word document open, doing homework and so on. An electric drum set, also not hers, but I think... yeah, I don't remember whose they actually were. Now for something completely different. So yeah. We actually... My friend got himself a new truck. This one. So of course we had to do a shoot around it. Thus, we actually put her in the green cat suit because of army and whatnot. This is okay. This differs from everyday life so bloody much, but it's yeah. But I still like it. Dictator of Middle Uzima is like yeah. I especially love this because traditionally Kerava is this sort of a shitty city in Finland. Like as you can see, the sign is all graffitied up in the middle of bloody nowhere by train tracks to advertise to people see on that side of the train, watching out the window. Easily, so that sign caught my eyes for like a few weeks before. So once working, I actually scouted the place around to find where exactly was this and how we can get there, and if we could get the truck over there. Everything seems fine. We could get the truck over there, and it was great, really great. So we did the photo shoot. We drove over there. We put her on her aviator glasses and made her pose for the images like easy living, yeah, I'm gonna murder you, and so on. Yeah, you can. This is so easy to read this image. It's nothing more than it shows, and it's humor. Now here she is with a machine gun replica, of course. This is really great because I suppose she's just warming her fingers, but then again she's been controlling. Oh, but this next image, this one, this is like a pinnacle of what can be done with latex photography. There is this old air defense museum in Tuusula, where there are actually book missiles and all that shown, and like relics of Finnish air defense. It's even though it sounds like such a niche thing to have, it's such an interesting place. So we went there, asked if we can do photo shoots, and yeah, we can. We paid for the entrance and were there like peacefully without annoying other guests. But there weren't that many because it was a bit cold still. So I sat her next to the missiles, and yeah, this image talks for itself. Really like the pose, her face, her attitude, her aviators, her everything, how it shows. And this just continues a closer look at the same pose, almost same pose. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up face. Really nice. There's a question on chat, how much vodka have you inhaled? Not that much really. It's so cold in here. Should take more in a bit. Yeah. That machine gun could be attached to the top of the car, of course, because why not? And this is, I also like really love the lighting on this image. And you can see her face, you can see the pipe of the gun just pointing at the target. Imagine target in the middle of the forest. Next image you can see just the forest tree lines on this. The shoot works great, and the great shoot, hehehe. Like shooting and so on. later we went again with Diddy. By the way, if you haven't followed Diddy on Facebook, you should. DDO on Facebook. So yeah. This was actually, we were sort of looking at like a sort of like something related to Samus Aran, but not quite. But something like adventurous girl with katanas in the matchstick factory again, because we thought that it was told that it was gonna be demolished quite soon, but it even wasn't. But we still went there because we thought it was gonna be destroyed so soon, and we had to capture there where we could. So we went, we captured. It worked out well. The light was good. It was again really bloody gold. But actually, this time I was also suffering because it was so cold. So Didi told me, "Yep, if you go in there, you're gonna put your catsuit on." So I did, but I cheated because I had my clothes on my catsuit, so I didn't suffer so much. But it was still cold, very cold. And again, with me focusing on these small things, it's really interesting, really nice. The colors of the matchstick factory were with the spray pencils, so nice. You create so much more with that. It's like different world. Okay, in this picture, Didi looks like so much like an elf or something. Yeah, should edit her ears to be pointy because hair looks so much like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think we could call it night for now and continue perhaps tomorrow even. But now it's, I know it's getting late, but I might even return today if I got energy to stream some video games or something. But you really have to think when talking about your photography. You really have to return back to the moment and so on, so forth. So I think the next time we could start from the 35th part actually. So and return back then. There are two comments. First, when I'm listening to you, I think there's always cold in Finland. It is almost always cold in Finland. Show us some male latex inspiration for us. Yeah, I should, because I should find the right male to shoot latex with, but it's gonna be a bit more different now in Malta. I will have to find something, really. Yeah. Now, before I call it a night with this, maybe you can actually... I'm browsing behind the scenes of the latest. If you have any questions, just don't hesitate to ask. Feel free to ask, and if you have anything, what you want to ask, and if you have any wishes or something, just shoot. I'm over here, I can, for a while still, I can answer your questions, I can help you with if you have any needs on latex photography or photography overall. Oh, by the way, I think these were like some Chinese-made latex socks, which were not that high quality. But they worked, they cost like 10 euros or something for the pair, for her. Did he bought them himself. I don't remember whose corset this is. I think Didi bought it from eBay or something also. Same time the socks. The overall the look is... it's very simple, but it works. It works well. Especially when polished. and again in my trusty old van, which is actually still with us here in Malta, which I'll have to get ride away from here by March. So I'm gonna ride it by myself, or I'm gonna make get someone else to ride it away from me. But we'll have to see. Oh yeah, in this we actually used a different. It's pretty windy this time also. We constantly had to make these doors stop from slamming in, and I think it wasn't once or twice the strobe even fell down from winds. Yeah, it's a bit silly. So what is your business model? Do you sell photos or donates only? Do you pay models? My business model is actually Patreon at the moment for the yep, for the projects. This is not my full-time job, of course, but I got a Patreon page going on for like getting $253 per published project. I'm a full-time copywriter, or content editor, whatever you want to call the job, and I currently do project else on my spare time, and pay the outfits, cameras and all that equipment updates or something from my own salary and from the support from Patreon. So if you want to support me, you can always support me, but it's not necessary. I will keep my photos for free because I want to keep them for free. I want to have I want people to not be needed to subscribe for something, because that's the opposite of the idea. I want the people to see that really, hey, you can do that, you can find new things, and if someone wants to donate, of course I'm grateful, but no one has to. I'm not forcing anyone to do anything, luckily. I don't sell my photos per se because I don't have. I've had some people asking if I could give them full rest photos for like a few $20 or something. No, that's not worth it. And at the moment I don't pay the models. I pay their expenses or something, but I don't have the money to pay because my company is still based in Finland, in Malta, and I pay all my expenses like taxes, bookkeeping, insurance and all that to Finland, and it's a bit, so it costs, but it's a hobby which actually pays something of it back, so I can't really complain. But the next goal, actually, my Patreon, is to pay for the models, because the models do hard work and they do deserve to get paid. But I really can't afford them yet. So my next goal is at $500, if should I ever reach it, to actually be able to pay the models. Not that much, but like 100 euros per time or something like that, and also not under the table, but honestly, just paying them. So should I ever reach the target, I will start paying them. Or should I just make enough money by other means, I would, of course. But for now, I really can't do that. Oh, by the way, that's outdated. It's 26-year-old now. Yeah. So yeah, it's been really fun looking at the photos and digging through all the old photos and reminding me of why I've done so and thus far. But I've been blabbing for 3.5 hours, so my throat is killing me because it's so cold to be talking about. Like, should put on the warm heating or something, and because I'm getting a bit tired to think. I might return with some gaming later today, but I can't really promise anything. So we shall see. We shall see. Should I return, you can just subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet, so you can get the notifications. If you want, you can always support me on a Patreon, you know, that thing right over there, you see. But then again, it's completely optional, even though all help is appreciated extremely, so it's not like you don't have to, really. Yeah. And if you're still confusing about what we're talking about, you go Photour.net and select Project L. So we can actually return maybe later, even later today, but probably tomorrow or next week. Probably tomorrow though. I got the whole day off and gonna be home alone, so I got time. I've got time. So thank you for participating, thank you for asking questions. If you have any further questions, you can drop a comment on Photour.net. You can drop me an email. You can see it like over there. Or you can just hit comment on Facebook. Yeah, thank you very much. And have an excellent evening. Farewell.